Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Shelby. So I have the December books that I read. And yeah, I read quite a few. I think I read 9. Yeah, so I read quite a few. But let's just like jump right into it. So I have a few books from the ACOTAR series. Actually, I have 3 of them that I have read. I will just mention them in order. I'm gonna do like a whole video, I think, dedicated to that series, just because I loved that series so much. So the first book I finished in December was A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I will mention how many stars I gave it. I gave it 3 stars. So yeah, that one. And then I read Talk Bookish to Me, and I also gave this 3 stars. This is by Kate Brumley, and the book was slow for me. The pacing was really slow. I liked the concept. So it's about Kara Sullivan and her best friend's getting married, and then her like I believe college boyfriend ends up being like a groomsman or whatever, but like they didn't, like all those connections were not made prior to the wedding. But I was hoping for a not so happily ever after in this book, actually, and I was honestly kind of disappointed that there was a happily ever after, but it's fine. There was a cheating arc, and I hate cheating arcs. Once there's a cheating arc, I'm done. And then I definitely would not read this again, but I love the dog Duke. I love Duke. He just seems like a dog that I really enjoy. And he truly adds to the story. Then my next book was A Court of Frost and Starlight. This is just a little novella in between Wings and Ruin and Silver Flames. So just a little novella. I gave this a 5 star though. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It was short, at only 229 pages, so it's short, which was very enjoyable. I needed just a short book, especially towards the end of the year. I was just struggling to read. Next I have All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. This book I gave a 4 star, and I really enjoyed this book. It was about Sadie and Max. They were on like a singing show called Star Maker, and they were both trying to get like their big break in Nashville. Max is kind of like a nepo kid, but trying to make his own name, and then Sadie is from a small town. I don't remember where she's from. Some small town up in the Dakotas or somewhere, Wisconsin, somewhere Midwesty. It doesn't really matter. But so she was trying to make a name for herself, and they won as like co-stars because they had great onstage chemistry and sang a song together, and everyone put them together. Sorry if you hear my dog, he's howling. And then yeah, so they won as co-stars, and then they kind of started dating in real life. When Sadie's grandma came to visit, I really liked that chapter. That was a couple chapters that was really cute. And then yeah, just some unfortunate things happen. They end up breaking up, kind of, and like a year later they're supposed to go back, and there's just a bunch of issues, but I really liked this. There was a lot of good points. I felt like the pacing was very even. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this book. Then I have Meet Me Under the Mistletoe by Jenny Bayliss. I gave this a 4 star. I want to give this a trigger warning for depression, suicide, and cheating. If any of those things bother you, like, please read this with caution. It was very good. I enjoyed it. I really liked Nori, who was the main character, and I just liked her lifestyle. This book is centered around her going back to her hometown where a bunch of her high school friends meet up, and 2 of them are actually getting married. One of their friends a few years prior had committed suicide, and so they really keep his memory alive throughout the wedding. But they all kind of meet up a week before the wedding and stay at the venue, and a lot of things happen. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I would actually probably read this again. It was that enjoyable. Then I have The Holiday Swap, which this I gave a 5-star. This is about, what are the twins? Charlie and Cass. And they are twins. They swap places because one of them is in LA on a reality TV baking show, and she has an accident and loses her sense of smell and taste, and she needs that for the baking show because she's a judge. And so her and her sister switch places, which her sister has taken over like the family bakery. And yeah, it was very good. They fall in love with people from the other person's life, kind of like a cliche thing. I really liked them switching places and getting a break from their personal life. I like how the story ended, of them coming together and different things happening, and it kind of showed how like you can choose family while also being connected with your family. And yeah, I would read this again. I enjoyed it. Then I have, this was a Kindle book that I read. It was just like a short little story. It's Evidence of the Affair by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yeah, it was on Kindle. I gave it a 4-star, and it was super short. It's only like 85 pages long. Super enjoyable. But I liked that it showed how different things can happen in a affair. So it was 2 people that were they were not having an affair. Their significant others were the ones having the affair, and they were exchanging letters to kind of see what information they could get from the other one. And yeah, it shows that one of them like stayed in the marriage and chose to make it work, and the other one decided to separate. So there were some twists and turns with that, and you wouldn't think that would really happen with an 85-page book, but there was, and it was good. And then I read One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I gave this a 4-star. This book was really, really good. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. Like, she could write anything and I would probably down it. I liked that, so it's about Emma Blair, who she marries her high school sweetheart. He ends up getting lost in a helicopter accident. They think that he's dead. She moves back home and falls in love with an old friend, Sam, and they end up getting engaged. And then next thing you know, Jesse, who is her high school sweetheart, is back and he is alive. Yeah, so now she's got a husband and a fiance, and it just goes through like what that means, her decision. You don't get much of like the boy's point of view, but you get to hear about it enough from like her point of view. And yeah, I thought it was good. I liked the glimpse that you also got into the future as well. There's like a little bit of the future talked about in there, and I really enjoyed that. And then last but not least, I finished A Court of Silver Flames. This is a hefty novel. I gave it a 4-star. How many pages are in this guy? 751. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a hefty beast of a novel. But A Court of Thorns and Roses series, highly recommend. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It seems to be, the other books there were like a few spicy scenes. This one has a lot of spice, so I guess I should have mentioned that. I actually think all of these don't really have much spice. One True Loves doesn't. Holiday Swap doesn't. There might be a scene in One True Loves. Meet Me Under the Mistletoe, I think there was maybe a scene or two. All I Want for Christmas, there might be a scene. And Talk Bookish to Me, maybe no, Talk Bookish to Me there was more scenes. It wasn't like smut, but it was for sure spice, because she is a romance novelist. And so, yeah, there was some in that. Yeah. But, for ACOTAR series, this one is for sure the smuttiest. So, yeah, the other ones I felt like I could read and get over that. A Court of Silver Thorns, there was a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it for the month of December. This was a good book month. I was able to plow through a lot. It's already January 4th and I am having a very hard time reading, so there's that. There probably won't be an extensive book reading for January, but that's fine. It'll kind of be more realistic if I post these every month, because then you can kind of see what I have and haven't been enjoying a lot faster. Follow me on my Bookstagram and my Goodreads. I believe both of those are linked down below. And yeah, this shirt I purchased from a bonfire thing. It's like the fundraiser thing for a library, and it's got a bunch of banned books, and then it says read banned books. So support your local libraries. This one wasn't a local library, but it was a small town library. So support your local libraries too. If you don't necessarily read books from the library, donate to them, because libraries need funding and they need support. And yeah, just libraries are struggling right now. So I don't necessarily read too many library books, because I am trying to find one of my books that I guess I haven't really cracked. I like to crack my spines. I don't know if you can tell, but I like destroy my books, and I like to annotate and highlight and stuff, and you just can't really do that in a library book. Like, that'll ruin it. So yeah, I don't get too many books from the library. I do use like their Libby account, but nonetheless, now I'm just blabbing. Support your local library. Help fund them. Yeah, that's it. That's my tangent. I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.